Welcome to APE Reviews, where we discuss all pop everything. Today we're discussing Abigail. Abigail was released in theaters by Universal Pictures on April 19th, 2024. It was directed by Matt Bettinelli-Olpin and Tyler Gillett, fresh off of the Scream 2022 and Scream 6 movies. It stars Melissa Barrera as Joey, Dan Stevens as Frank, Catherine Newton as Sammy, Will Catlett as Rickles, Kevin Durand as Peter, Angus Cloud, rest in peace, as Dean, Alicia Ware as Abigail, Giancarlo Esposito as Lambert, Matthew Good as Christophe Lazar. So, initial thoughts, what did you think of Abigail?
Man, I really liked the movie. It was a good one. And I hate to be this way, but first starting off, it's a really good movie. I don't know how I would have marketed this movie because, as a little tiny spoiler, you're really not supposed to know that the main character, Abigail, or side main character, protagonist, what antagonist, whatever you want to call it, you're not really supposed to know she's a vampire until about, I would say, 45 minutes in.
Yeah, actually, you prepared me for this film very well. I knew nothing about it. I barely watched the trailer. I talked to no one about it. I didn't watch any reviews about it. I didn't know anything about it. The only thing I knew really was the cover has an image of a ballerina, a young girl, and she's the bad guy somehow. And that's really all I knew. I didn't even know it was a vampire film until it started.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because, when you watch it, it almost seems like From Dusk Till Dawn, where it's like a heist movie for the first, I don't know, I want to say 10 to 45 minutes in the movie. You really don't know. And then it amps up. But when you watch the first teaser, it shows her 45 minutes in, crucifying a motherfucker. And that kind of kills it for me. I really like the movie, but I would be really intrigued by someone to watch it who doesn't know that she's a vampire. But other than that, the movie was great. I love every character in the movie. Dan Stevens as Frank is probably my favorite character. Melissa Barrera always puts on a really good performance as well. She's Joey in the movie. And then, you know who Abigail is? Who's she?
Alicia Ware. She's very great. I saw her in Matilda, the remake, the new musical. It was a very great performance. She's wonderful. She's a phenomenal actress. She's going places. Yeah. She's only 15.
Really? Mm-hmm. Does she actually dance and everything? Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
Yeah, she dances in Matilda as well. She's very good.
Nice. What did you like about the movie?
I thought it was a very modern and refreshing take on an old tale. They don't really talk about it in the movie except, she's a vampire. You don't really have any indication except the character saying that. I believe Joey, Melissa's character, explains that when Abigail finally reveals her character. But yes, it was a very, very unpredictable and funny film. It's genred as a horror comedy, and it was very fun. It was a nice, fun ride.
Yeah, and honestly, I love vampire movies. They're my favorite, one of my favorite horror movies. And this one's really high up there because I went into this movie, I went to watch it alone in theaters, and I thought, we'll see what happens. And I really liked it. It was a really good movie. I've only watched it twice, but I remember everything pretty much what I've watched. And, great characters, great plot. It's very surprising, very intense. In terms of horror, I wouldn't say it's scary. I think, and I don't know, it might just be me. I've seen so much, let's be real. I watched all the Terrifier movies. I watched all the Saw movies. I've seen everything, except for Cannibal Holocaust or some. I'm not gonna watch real animals get murdered. But in terms of real movies that are really, I haven't watched Hostel either. But Saw, man, 10, 13 movies in, damn, those are up. But this movie is pretty gory. But I don't know. I just wasn't really scared ever, but I was really impressed by the gore. There's a scene where she's dancing with a headless body. I'm not going to say who it is, but that right there is pretty intense.
I read that was all improv.
Really?
Yeah, she did that on her own. She's just naturally a very funny actress, and she added just that kind of flair to her character on her own.
And that's the best actors and actresses. I loved it. I really don't have too many negatives. I'd say the one negative I have, and this is kind of a petty negative, but what's his name? Gus from Breaking Bad.
Giancarlo Esposito. He plays Lambert.
He's in every movie, everything nowadays, and I really liked him as Gus, but I really don't care for him as an actor. He kind of plays the same guy all the time.
He's in The Mandalorian.
Yeah, I mean, he was a little more intense in this movie, but even then, he's the same guy. I'm just tired of seeing him.
He's the same.
He's almost like Pedro Pascal, who I also like, but it's like, dude, seriously, stop.
Yeah, he's the same kind of a bad guy that tries to be a friend, kind of is a good guy, but can backstab you at any minute.
Yeah, I mean, and when I saw him in the movie at the beginning, I was like,
it's like you kind of already know.
But I'm like, this guy's probably gonna do something. I'm not spoiling anything, but
Sorry.
You don't know. And it really isn't a spoiler, but it's just kind of like, oh, this guy's in the movie. He's gonna have an intriguing plot point near the end because they can't afford him for the whole movie because he wants that big moolah. But
hey, I mean, to be fair, these other actors and actresses, big names.
Yeah, that's
big names.
Yeah, and that's fucked up, right? Because the one guy I'm talking shit about is like some big guy, and everyone else I haven't really heard from, aside from Freaky. What's her name?
Really? Catherine Newton, who plays Sammy.
Yeah, she does a great job in this movie. Mm-hmm. And like she said, R.I.P. Agnes Cloud. He does a really good job.
Agnes Cloud from Euphoria. Mm-hmm. I actually haven't watched that show, but I heard great things.
Never seen it, but he seems like the kind of guy I would probably play in a movie. Just this kind of goofball.
Who would you say is your favorite character in the film?
Frank.
Frank?
Yeah, because Frank starts off as like, I don't know if I like this guy. He's kind of an asshole, but it's kind of a charming asshole. So you're like,
he's like a former detective, right? In the film, that's his actor.
I think that's what. That's what. Spoiler alert: Joey, when she's analyzing all the characters in the film, that's kind of what she says, that he's some type of former FBI or private detective, police officer, something of that sort.
So he's your favorite character?
He is, and I've never seen him in anything else, but I didn't know how I felt about him, and the more I saw him on screen, the more I liked him, and that's kind of a funny thing because he's kind of an asshole, but it's just, he's got that charming ability. He's not like, I mean, you've seen some guys in the movie that you just want to die right away. I didn't want to see him die. I wanted to see him make it out alive. And, you'll have to watch that movie to see what happens.
You know what else I've seen Dan Stevens in?
What?
Beauty and the Beast.
I've never seen the movie. But you did watch it. You watched it while I was at work one day on Netflix, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was really good. I really enjoyed that film. I really like Dan Stevens. And it's nice to see him in a different character. He does well in both.
Yeah. I really like him in this movie. So, and we've had, Melissa Barrera
from Scream.
For sure. She's
loved
always
her in
great.
both.
She did,
great choice.
She did a great job. Oh, Kevin Durant. We haven't even talked about Kevin Durant yet. I only know him from a couple of movies, and honestly, I said a couple, and I only know him from one, X-Men Origins Wolverine.
But hold on, he plays Peter in this film, the muscle of the group. Okay?
Yeah,
yes.
Which that's probably what he is in every movie. Have you ever seen him in anything else aside from Origins?
So I remember him from Wild Hogs, that motorcycle movie.
Is he the guy that attacks the gang? He doesn't like them or the little.
So yeah, like Ray Liotta's gang.
Oh wow!
And so they go to the carnival, and and one of them puts mustard and ketchup on the two bikers, and he's one of the bikers.
Pick of that because I know exactly what you're talking about. He's got the vest on. Yeah,
that's what I remember him from.
That's funny. I do recognize that from that. I didn't look up his filmography. I just remember from Origins, he plays the Blob.
Yeah,
and earlier he's Muscle, and then later he's, a blob.
Mm-hmm.
But man, he's really good in this movie.
Really good. That's what I really liked him.
He was funny. He was a good character. Every character was good in the movie, honestly.
All of them had unique backstories, likable characters.
I'd say the only guy that, and I hate to, he didn't have a lot of screen time, I would say was Will. Right?
Will Catlett, who played Rickles. He's
Don Rickles. He just
Marine.
didn't have enough time, Don Rickles was just not in there enough.
Don Rickles. I think his name is just Rickles.
Oh, Don, my man, real Rickles. No, I mean, he was good. I liked him for the amount that I saw him in. Yeah. But I felt like he kind of got shafted.
There was also some weird type of romantic innuendo with Rickles and Joey's character, and I didn't really get that.
Especially how quick he was,
It was just
not
kind
in
of
the
thrown
film.
in there. I'm not sure if I was just seeing things,
without spoilers, but like he was not in the film very long, and it's like, why do this little, side romance? Who knows? Hollywood.
Should we talk about him?
There's one other character in the film, but I don't know if we should talk about it. That movie's been out for almost a year now, so I think we should be able to talk about it. I would say Matthew Good. He plays a special character that kind of shows up, and when he does show up, it's very intense, and it made me be like, while he was talking, this whole time, I didn't breathe. Because it was very intense, and I don't know if he's really that tall, or if the camera angle made him that tall, or portrayed him in a way that, like, is very powerful and makes you feel like almost helpless. But man, good performance from him.
Good cameo.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed the movie very much. The music was composed by Brian Tyler. I don't know who that is, but I looked up his music discography, and I basically know every film he's worked on. He's worked on things like some Marvel films, some Expendables, some Iron Man, like all kinds, like basically everything you've ever heard of.
Really? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like the music of it.
Very nice score, very very fitting. Very good movie. I enjoyed it very much.
I like the length. It wasn't very long. Go back to our really amateur Salem's Lot review. I fell asleep so many times. Dude, I watched this movie in theaters, was intrigued the whole time. I watched it again and didn't fall asleep at all. I think we did maybe have to take 2 watches maybe because something happened. But other than that, that was just because I've already seen it before. The movie's really good. I don't think anyone falls asleep. If it is me rating it, and here I am rating it, out of 5 stars, I would give it a 4-star review. And maybe even higher. I would go higher, but I would say 4 stars for now. And if anyone wants to go in the comment section and say you're a mother effer and it should be a 4.5 or a 5, I would not debate you. I understand where you're coming from. I'd say the only reason I give it a 4.0 is because I know they used a lot of real blood, but for some reason it seems CGI-ish to me. And I don't know why, but I know they use real blood, or not real blood, but fake blood that's real gallons.
So which blood was unfitting or unsuitable?
I don't know, spoiler alert, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. When Frank gets staked at the end, the way he blew up and a couple other way people blew up, it didn't look like it was practical effects, and maybe it was, but to me it looked kind of computer generated, like it was CGI, but maybe it wasn't. I don't know. But I don't know. Did you feel that way? Did it look like real blood? Because I've read that it's real blood, or not real blood, but real, they put a whole bunch of practical, ingredients together to make it look like real blood, but to me it looked CGI-ish.
It did not look like real blood to me. I work in a blood bank, so I'm surrounded by blood full time, and no, it did not look like blood.
Yeah, I'd have to watch some behind the scenes stuff.
But
maybe. Spoiler
alert: the scene where Sammy is in that pit of disgustingness.
Oh,
they used a mixture of gelatin and other stuff, so it looked like a slushy. To me, it looked like a slushy.
Yeah.
And that's what it was.
Yeah, I mean, it looks really good, but that's why I would give it a 4. But, it was a great movie. I really like the story.
I enjoyed the story.
It's a good standalone. I don't think there's any reason for you to ever make a sequel to this movie. If you do, it's a cash grab.
I don't think the directors really plan on it.
Yeah. I mean, so, what would you rate the movie?
So you gave it a 4 out of 5 stars?
4?
I'm inclined to give it a 5 out of 5, but I don't know. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. I honestly don't have too many complaints about it. Would I recommend the movie to other people? Yes, I would. Would I watch it again? No.
Really? I would 5 stars and you wouldn't watch it again.
That's the thing. That's what I'm kind of should I give it a 4? Should I give it a 5? So I'm not one of those people, maybe when I was younger, but now that I'm older, I can't rewatch things over and over because I got other things to do. I got other movies to watch, other games to play, other books to read. Got a busy life. If something's really good, I might feel it.
That cat, I'm gonna lock him in the bathroom.
I might feel inclined to watch it again if it's really, really good, if I really want to deep dive into something or analyze something. Otherwise, yeah, I don't think I really need to do a deep dive into this film. So that's why I'm kind of like 4 out of 5.
You okay?
That kind of hurt.
I bet my ass fucking set right on your knee.
That kind of hurt. So 4 out of 5.
That's 4 out of 5?
4 out of 5.
Abigail, 4 out of 5. APE Reviews. Like and subscribe now. And maybe I'll even get better dressed up next time, motherfuckers. Boom.